Greetings from Bermuda, this is BDA Limey and welcome back to Griftlands. So tonight we're going to be taking a look at the beginning of the campaign of the second character in the game, Rook. If you watched the last video that I did, you will have seen me play with Rook in the daily challenge, but I've not actually tried his story yet. And so that is what we're going to do tonight. I imagine we'll get all the way through that. So hopefully this time, when I save my progress at the end of the evening, it won't lose it like it did with my first game with Sal. This is early access. There obviously are some bugs that they are still working out. Losing saves is one of the worst bugs. So hopefully Rook won't be affected. Anyway, let's dive in and see how his campaign differs from that of Sal. Okay, so we'll start a new run on the regular difficulty. We have, because we made some progress in the in Sal's story, we actually got to the end of Sal's story, we unlocked some perks. So one of the things the game has is by achieving various things that they call grifts, you get points, which are these things here, and you can then put those points towards perks. Also shows us here what grafts we've unlocked so far. The people that we've seen, which is actually only 12%. Wow, that's quite amazing actually. I'd have thought we would have seen many more than that by now. And what cards we've unlocked, and again we've only unlocked 10% of the cards, which is amazing. Yeah, even for Sal we've only unlocked 12 of the 60 cards that she has, and obviously none of Rook's cards, as we haven't played with Rook yet. And obviously there's going to be another character, Smith, who is not available in the game yet. We'll be able to unlock their cards as well, so I'm not sure whether this 10% figure is the percentage of all the cards in the game, but anyway, we don't need to worry about that now. But what we do need to worry about is which perks we are going to pick for this run. So I think I am going to take Resolute 2. Actually, do we pick those over here? Yes, we do. Why would I pick the lower ranked one? I wouldn't. So I thought that's the lower ranked one of that as well, tier 2. Actually, maybe there's a limit to how many we can pick. I'm going to pick Good Health 2, which will increase my maximum health by 9 points. Resolute 2, which will increase my resolve by 6. That's like my hit points in negotiations. And what else am I going to take? I can take one more. Let's take Charming. Start of each day, a random person that likes you will love you instead. That is good because when someone loves us, we unlock their perk essentially, which will make the game easy for us. So, three perks selected. We have one more point to spend, but I'm going to save that so I can afford some of the higher level perks when I get a few more points. So we will start with that.
You bear the brunt of the world when you wear a soldier's uniform. So you turned yours in and left the Admiralty. But even out of uniform, your name still carries the weight of your medals. Captain Rook, the veteran, the hero, the saboteur, the spy. These days you freelance, and you're on your way to a job in Grout Bog. where the Spark Barons plumb the ruins looking for forgotten treasures. The bugs there are hard to spot, but they bleed you dry if you let them. Seems like you'll fit in just fine.
Okay, so Rook, a former Admiralty soldier, the Admiralty being one of the main factions in this game, off to Grout Bog, which is an impassable marsh owned by the Spark Barons, who excavate its vagrant age ruins. For this one, I think I'll dive into the story side of the game a little bit more than I did in my first run with Sal, just to show you, I guess, the depth of the story that they've put into this game, because the story is, I guess, one thing that sets this apart from other deck building roguelikes like Slay the Spire or Monster Train. They've definitely tried to make it almost a bit more of an RPG, have an ongoing background story, try and get you to build relationships with the different characters. And you can skip over that quite quickly if you want to just get to the battles. But let's dive into the story a bit more and take a bit more time to understand all the different places and so on. So, the land around Grout Bog squelches with mud, hungry for legs as well as boots. The only road leads to a gate, flanked by armed security. A Spark Baron guard steps out into the path as you approach. Stop right there, the bog is closed. Especially to grifters like you. Grifters being a name for any factionless settler, explorer or opportunist who hails from the Havarian Griftlands. So basically all the characters that you play in the game are grifters. Hence the name of the game, Griftlands. Unless you pay the processing fee, then maybe I could see to considering your petition for entry. Yeah, I don't think I want to start the day by giving away 20 shills of my money, so I think I'll try and convince him to let me in without paying. I have 42 resolve and he has a mere 17. This should be straightforward, and also you can see the tooltip here. Opponent has -6 resolve because Shrew isn't very good at her job. Forgive me for being skeptical of this fee. In fact, I'd like to speak to your supervisor. Okay, so here we go. A negotiation battle. So I'm going to be playing, if you haven't watched any of the previous videos, I'll quickly explain how the game works. So there are two types of combat in Griftlands. You can do negotiation battles, which is what we're doing here, or you can do battles, which are physical combat, and you'll see some of those later. So in a negotiation battle, the object is to reduce the resolve of your opponent's core argument to 0. So this is my core argument here, and this is my opponent's core argument. My resolve is 42, and his is 17. So you do this by playing cards from your hand that will cause, that can attack either his core argument, or he may put out both of us may put out additional arguments that will go in this ring around us. And I can attack any of his arguments, and he can attack any of my arguments. But it's the core argument that we're trying to get down to 0 resolve. You could just focus then on the core argument, but in some cases you may want to take out the other arguments first if they're giving too much of an advantage to your opponent. In addition to the arguments, which go in these big rings, your opponent also has what's called intents. This is one intent. It will cause 4 resolve damage to one of my arguments. Because I only have one argument up at the moment, which is my core argument, it's going to cause 4 damage to that. And if you hover over this, that shows you where that 4 damage is coming from. I have one shield here, which is called Composure. This protects arguments against incoming damage. So if at the end of my turn, if I don't do anything right now, I'm going to take 4 damage from this intent here, my composure will reduce that by 1, and so I will end up taking 3 damage, so my resolve will be reduced to 39. And in my case, my resolve carries over between encounters as well, so I have a reason to preserve that beyond just this fight. My opponent has another intent here. He's going to deploy another argument against me in 1 turn, so that will be something that will appear in this ring, but I have no idea what that is, so I can't really react to that other than to know that it's coming. So what I want to do is protect myself against the damage from this intent, and if I can, do some damage back to him. So, what are my options? Well, I have 3 cards here which will all apply 3 composure. So they all work the same way. They all cost me 1 action point in the top left corner here. You can see I have 3 actions to spend on my turn. So I'm going to start by playing one of those, targeting my core argument. So we'll add 3 composure to it. It takes me up to 4, which means I am not going to take any resolve damage now from this intent. So given that's okay, I can now focus on trying to do some damage to his core argument. And I have 2 cards that I can do that with, both of which this Pleasantries card. So at the top you can see it will do, that shows you that the minimum damage it will do is 3, and the maximum damage it will do is 3. The reason that it's going to do maximum damage is because of my lucky coin, my spare coin. So this is one mechanic that is unique to Rook. Sal does not have this mechanic. Basically I have this coin, and it can either be heads or tails, essentially. And you can see from the picture on my core argument that currently it is, I don't know what that is, heads. Which matches the icon on here, and so because my coin matches this icon here, this card is going to do max damage. So that's why the minimum damage and the maximum damage are both 3, and you can see this is in green, which means this minimum damage has been modified. If my coin was on the other face, then this card would probably do between 1 and 3 damage to whatever I attack with it. And that would be random, essentially. In addition, whenever I do something that causes that coin to be flipped, if it lands on this side, I will get 1 composure added to a random friendly argument, so that's the shield. And if it lands on the other side, it will deal 1 damage to a random enemy argument. With these cards in my hand, I have nothing that can cause this to flip, so it's just going to stay as it is. So for my last 2 actions, I'm going to play these 2 cards to do 3 damage to his core argument, and then another 3. And that is the end of my turn because I am out of actions, so I can't play any more cards. And so at the end of my turn, the cards left in my hand will go to my discard pile, and I will draw another hand of 5 cards from my draw pile after he has attacked me. So there's the 4 damage from his intent, and then the other intent became this argument here. We'll see what this does in a second. He has done something. He has stolen a card from me. That is rude of him. I am guessing... yes, that is part of the ability of this character. So you can see here his core argument has an ability that says at the start of his turn, steal 1 card from me and hold it hostage. Okay. So, we can see that we still got this intent to cause 4 damage to me again. But in addition, he now has these other 2 arguments out. So what are these? This one, when I destroy it, any cards that he's stolen from me will come back to my hand, which is good, so I'll get back that Call It card that he just stole at the beginning of his turn. However, I will also gain 2 vulnerability, and as you can see from the tooltip down there, vulnerability means that anytime I lose resolve, I will lose 1 more resolve. And and I lose 1 stack of vulnerability at the end of my turn. So basically for the next 2 turns I will lose additional resolve every time he hits me, so that's kind of bad. So maybe I just let him keep the card. This argument over here, all business. He gains 1 composure for each hostility card that I draw. So hostility cards are the red ones, and you can see in my hand here I drew 2 red cards, and that's why he now has 2 composure on his core argument. So if I want to stop him getting that benefit, then I need to destroy this argument. It's probably not worth it. I feel like I can just focus him down here, so we will do this while it's still on max damage. So I destroy his 2 composure and do 1 leftover damage to his resolve. And now I would like a way to play these cards, because these are my only other 2 cards that cause damage. But I would also like a way to get my coin to maybe be on the other side, because if I do, then this card will get 1 bonus damage. And I can do that with this card. Gamble. So this is another copy of the card that he stole. And it will cause me to flip my coin. And if I am lucky, it will go to the other side, which will help me get extra damage off these cards. And also, if it goes to that spiral, red spiral sign, it will deal 1 damage to a random enemy argument as well, which will be good. Worst case, it comes back to the same side that it's on now, and I get 1 composure. This card doesn't cost anything to play, so it's worth the risk. So let's see. My coin, and yes, it landed on this side, which caused 1 damage to a random argument, which destroyed the argument, which got me my card back. But now it's also put 1 stack of vulnerability on me, or 2 stacks of vulnerability on me. So that's why this resolve loss has now gone from 4 to 5. So, that's unfortunate. There's actually nothing that I can do to get rid of that. Maybe I should play this then. I can't destroy his core argument this turn. Best case, I'll put 8 damage on it, which is not going to be enough. And best case, I play this, and it lands back on, my coin lands on the same side, does an additional damage to this. That's still not enough. So I'm going to need to, I really want to get some composure on there so that I don't lose 5 resolve. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, this will give me 3 composure, which is good. Play this, which will give my currently prepared card plus 2 bonus damage until the end of the turn, which means this will go to 4 to 6 damage. Or draw a card and discard a card. It's just about possible if I play that and I do 6 damage off this and 4 damage off this, and this card here flips my coin to the same thing it's on now, that would be enough to kill him, but it's pretty much of a long shot. So I'm going to take that. Get some composure on me. That means we can only play 1 of these now. So let's do that. 4 damage, which is good. And then we'll flip my coin again, because if I flip it to the other side, I will apply 1 composure to my core argument, which will help me defend, which I did. So now my composure is 4, so I'm only going to take 1 resolve damage now from this, which is good. Okay, he's stolen my card that applies 3 composure. I reach the end of my draw pile, so my discard pile was shuffled. It becomes my draw pile again, and I've drawn 5 cards from it. Okay, let's try to finish him off, which I think I can do pretty straightforwardly. I can play this for maximum damage because of my coin, and this. And now I only need one more damage, and any of these cards will do that. So I destroyed his core argument, and so I win the negotiation. And I only took one resolve damage myself, which is good. So as bonus, I get to pick a card. So let's see what we've got. So we have different rarities of card. So the cards with the square here are common cards. This is a common card, this is a common card. And the cards with kind of this hexagonal shape around the cost are uncommon cards. So generally going to be slightly better. And I do like this. This is kind of like the other green cards that we were playing in that game. Except rather than 1 to 3 damage, it does 1 to 4 damage with maximum damage if my coin is on this side. But in addition, if this card is prepared, which means if it's the card at the left hand side of my hand, when I play it I will gain an additional action. So I do like that, so I'm going to take that one. This can go easy or this can go hard. Well, do you want to get your superiors involved? Ha! They just double the fee. But fine, Grifter. Have it your own way. But you better have some work papers, else the only thing I'm authorized to give you is a kick in the seat. Okay, so let's, like I said, let's dive into the story. I could just go here and hand over my papers, but let's take the opportunity to chat to him. I've been on the road a long time. Let me rest these old bones a minute while I get my bearings. You got 5 minutes. We have a strict no loitering policy. Okay, so we can ask some questions. So the Great Bog, that's the place that we have just come to. Let's see what more we can learn about it. As I recall, Grout Bog was once a prospector's dream. This seems very bureaucratic. Kidding? It's been under Spark Baron regulation for a good 20 years at least. A little piece of paradise away from the Admiralty and the Cult. So the Admiralty and the Cult are two of the main factions of the game. So Rook used to work for the Admiralty, as we saw at the beginning of the story. They are a military force occupying Murder Bay, which is the area where the game takes place. And the Cult of Hesh is the dominant religion in this area, whose adherents worship Hesh, an abyssal jellyfish god. Paradise for whom? Well, the barons, of course. Not so much the contracted labour. They have to dig up the tech, and the bog isn't a forgiving place. Between the pitfalls and the Grawkits, most don't make it to the end of their terms. Ah, sounds unpleasant. No kidding. The road out of here is right behind you, Grifter. Okay, let's find out more about the Spark Barons. I assume the Spark Barons are the law of the land, then? They're the ones paying everyone's bills, aren't they? Great Bog's operations manager is a former Admiralty officer, even. So he knows a thing or two about authority. That would be Lelin Felemo, yes? The Kredeshi. So the Kredeshi are an amphibious species with large matrilineal families, typically found in positions of wealth and influence. Huh, yeah, that's right. You heard of him? He and I are old friends, actually. Though we were each 20 years younger when our friendship took root. Time will tell how well it's weathered. Huh. You say so, Grifter. So the gate is to keep unlicensed rogues from plundering the dig sites? Sure. Not that most would have the guts to try. The digs are for old tech, from the Vagrant Age. Half of it explodes the second it oxidizes. So the Vagrant Age is the ancient era during which the planet was colonized by spacefarers. Only Barons got the know-how to dig it up safely. And just a reminder again, the Spark Barons being a technocratic faction who retrofit new technology from ancient ruins, much to the cult's displeasure. Okay, so the cult of Hesh do not like the Spark Barons. And weaponize it. Gotta profit somehow. But the gates are mostly here to keep labourers in.
Sinapopa.
I see. That's slightly worrying.
Kakiete.
What about the labourers then?
Sa
I've heard whispers of
chateau.
some worker rebellions rising up in parts of Murder Bay.
Hesotia.
Yeah, it's a rot, that is. A real sickness.
Siontaso.
And it's spread to Grout Bog. Half the workers are a sneeze away from open revolt.
Sunatakia.
So we don't need folks like you coming in and stirring up trouble.
Hateshu.
Then who should I avoid?
Tekapa.
That's the problem. They keep their cards close. Wily like.
Kapashan.
A leader could even be a foreman for all we know. Okay, so we've learned that the Spark Barons are essentially using forced labour in the Grout Bog to dig up old tech which they repurpose into weapons to make a profit. And because of that, they are not liked by the cult of Hesh.
Tokalshona.
Okay, so are you going to give me your papers, or am I going to give you a very bad day? I'll give you my papers.
Tenapope.
No need for hostilities, friend. I'm here by invitation.
Sushua
See for
ki.
yourself if you like. You pulled a signed work visa from an oilskin wallet you carry for such purposes.
Dia Tosho.
Huh. Looks legit.
Tiasosa.
Who exactly are you meant to report to? Okay, so I have a choice. I can either say that I'm here to work security, in which case I will report to Philemo, the Spark Baron, or I'm here to dig, in which case I will report to Calandra, a foreman. So he said that the leader of the rebellious labourers could be a foreman. So if I wanted to help them out, I could potentially go this way, and I will also receive this card. Deals 2 bonus damage per empty cell. Gain 2 defense per charge. Expend. Okay, so this relates to the way that Rook fights battles. We'll see that later when we get into our first battle. Okay, or if I say I'm here to work security and I report to Philemo, then I will get Blacklist. Take names. Playing this card against a new unique character adds their name to the list. Gain 1 damage for each name taken. Okay, interesting. Let's. I feel like I should potentially help out the workers' revolt against the tyranny of the Spark Barons, and I feel like this is a more straightforward card. So I'm going to say that I'm here to dig, and I'll report to Calandra.
Kapiesha.
Foreman in the workers' camp.
Timuso.
Someone named Prindo Calandra, I believe.
Sosankima.
Calandra, lucky break. She won't work you to death, that's for sure. Okay, so there's Calandra. She is a Rise Organizer. Okay.
Timosi.
I think she's too soft on the workers, if you ask me.
Shutenshisa.
I don't think I did.
Boakua.
Rude of you. Okay, so I gained a battle card.
Seshopa.
I still got to search you though. You got anything to declare? You rummage through your backpack, showing through the contents. You've only got one thing worth declaring though. Okay. So, if I declare my Faded Journal, I will get to upgrade a negotiation card. I can declare this and I will get Amnesiator, which is a negotiation card. The next card played is played twice, then destroy it. Ooh, and then destroy this card after use. Ooh, I don't like that. or draft 2 battle cards. I'm not really sure about my battle deck yet, so I'm just going to upgrade a negotiation card.
Chikelche.
I've been meaning to get one of those for myself. Okay, so we currently have 4 diplomacy cards, the green ones in our hand. 2 of these red hostility cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 manipulate cards, which do all have some effect but no damage. So I am tempted to maybe upgrade this. So whenever you upgrade a card in this game, you get 2 options. So I can either go this way, which will be the same, but it will add Rig 1, which means I guarantee that the result of my next gamble will be this, which would potentially work well. Or I can draw a card. And I can see there might be cases where I don't want to guarantee that the result is that, so I'm going to take this, I think. Okay, so who is this person that I'm supposed to be reporting to?
Sushate.
You say Calandra is easy to work for? Should I be pleased?
So at the koshi.
Depends on how honest you are.
Tuanasike.
What does that foreboding little statement mean?
Pokanpe.
Look, I don't know nothing about nothing.
So
But-
tipe.
I've heard rumours Calandra might actually be one of them. The Rise. Well, we know she is because the nameplate tells us right there. Who are the Rise? The Rise are a loose group of union organisers and freedom fighters campaigning for workers' rights across Bavaria. Okay, so it sounds like she probably is the organiser who's trying to incite rebellion amongst the labourers in the Spark Bog.
So sekoa.
Saying so to the wrong person could get her killed though, and I don't know for sure.
Shia Kanatoa.
What does this have to do with me?
Tapioke.
Like I said, depends. Maybe nothing.
Koseso.
Maybe she's just soft, and you get a nice cushy bog job, for what that's worth.
Shana shotu.
Or maybe you fall in with the wrong crowd, and it's your neck on the block when Falemo finally puts a stop to it. So once again, Falemo is the Spark Barons regional manager. I think it said earlier that, yeah, I used to know him. I think it was that character.
Masoto.
And what if that fate sounds unappetizing?
Toseltame.
You could always talk to the Spark Barons. If there's a job that needs doing, they'd know.
Jipatua.
So I'm free to go.
So anakoso.
Yeah, whatever.
Sahu.
Thank you, officer. It's been a pleasure.
Tiposhie.
Don't try anything funny in there. You go through the gate, but you feel like Shrew will miss you when you're gone. Okay. So, we are in the bog. So, different looking map to when we play as Sal, but I'm assuming it's going to function identically. We are down here, we've just come in through the gate, and we have a couple of different places that we could go to. So, I've said that I'm going to go to Calandra, but I don't have to. I could check in with Falemo if I want to work for the Spark Barons, but no, we're going to go with the with those resisting the oppression. So let's do what we said we were going to do and go and find Calandra. You enter the Labour Office, shovel at the ready.
Pantacopia.
You here to dig, Grifter? So this is Ban. Show Ban my shovel. You brandish the shovel.
Dekosu.
Oh, I'm here to dig, friend.
Salsito.
Why else would anyone end up in the bog?
So makaso.
Good point.
Supigina.
Talk to Calandra. She'll set you up with a contract. Okay, so here's Calandra. Calandra holds herself like a leader in sheep's clothing. She looks up as you approach.
Sjoheshe.
I believe you're the foreman, yes, Calandra? You pass her the work visa, quickly flashing your signet coin between your fingers when you do. Her eyes light up shrewdly, and maybe with a spark of mischief.
Ashulsha.
I am, but I should warn you, this work isn't for the meek.
Sahasuna.
The bog will be the death of you if you let it reach your neck. That's the code phrase you were expecting, so you respond in kind.
Soanatie.
Then I'll watch my step and keep my neck dry. She nods, satisfied.
Shopita se.
You Rook then? Okay, so she knows I'm coming. Alright.
Ben Jose.
Your references are glowing. That's unusual for this side of the bog.
Tius hako.
Can't give you the details now, but we're on a timeline, and I need to put you to work right away.
Capetina.
So let's get started, shall we?
Tuatonte.
I'm afraid I'll need some details if we're to be in business.
Sisuhu.
I figured you might. Go on then. Okay, so let's ask about the rise.
Shiadeku.
Let's not be cute about it. You're one of the Rise rebels, yes?
Pakiashu.
Even the gate guard has their suspicions.
Shokatsa.
The Rise isn't a rebellion, it's a labour movement.
Totanali.
My workers like me. That's reason enough for the barons to cast me as the villain.
Shanakaso.
Let them. If their eyes are on me, then my agents can pass without scrutiny.
Ahanatesha.
You're bold, I see.
Kihumaton.
Ha! Boldness is action, not words. Hold your applause. Okay, what about the barons then?
Tapakel.
How does a labour movement quantify success? When will you know you've won?
Shiatialsia.
We're not here to overthrow. We're here to stand.
Takun sonse.
We sign contracts with no way out. Barons control the markets, and we blow our earnings at the company store before we finished our shift.
Kepanaka.
Demerits are issued if you drop a relic, if you get sick, if you get others sick.
Shoakusopa.
Folks always say the derricks are even worse, but this isn't good by any reckoning. So the derricks are refer to both the offshore Lumin platform and the indentured labourers who work there. Sal was a former derrick worker. That's the other character that you can play in the game.
Capiel.
What if barons end up dead to make it happen? Do your ideals cover that?
Polpeha.
My ideals demand it. The workers under my care are dying every day.
Bolsalku.
If barons die, so things can change. If barons die, so things can change. It's just the scales righting themselves.
Detusha.
I know it's frowned upon to discuss compensation, but this isn't my fight.
Honestana.
Which is why you're exactly the agent I need.
Shal husho.
I hired you because you're competent, so I assume you don't mind that the work is dangerous.
Shutenshisa.
Correct?
Sepo
And I assume you don't mind that it might make you a few enemies.
Tuatonte.
If it does, it's hardly your fault.
Tutiateshe.
You do the work I pay you for. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll never bring morals into it.
Pasho kapa.
No begging for you to see the light. No appealing to your good conscience.
Shusatyo.
Fair pay for your services.
Detusha.
Sounds agreeable to me.
Peletola.
So are we in business? Or do you have some other state to undermine?
Sushuaki.
As you say, you've hired me to do a job.
Zetsosa.
Nothing if not professional.
Siotsepa.
Happy to be in business. Promise you'll find me a fair employer.
Potantoa.
I have a couple of things that need doing. Okay, so 2 options. First opportunity is grist for the mill. So the Rise is holding a recruitment rally in the workers' quarter. Convince a crowd to attend and provide security at the meeting. That'll give me 45 shills and I can remove a card from one of my decks. Or bulk discount. The Barons are overcharging workers at the company store. Put an end to it. So that rewards 55 shills, which is 10 shills more, and a bonus payment of 30 shills. Okay, well, I'm not at the stage where I want to remove a card from one of my decks, I don't think. I haven't even played with my battle deck yet. So on that basis, I'm going to go for bulk discount. And let's see what we can do about the Barons overcharging workers at the company store.
He kapiana.
There's a lot of industry here in the bog, but we don't actually make anything useful.
Huashona.
Take boots, for example. Every boot on every foot here was made far away, and was brought in by the Barons and sold at a Baron's store.
Kieposhul.
The workers need boots, so they need to pay whatever price the Barons are asking at the company store, which sells essential items at outrageous prices to a captive audience of bog workers.
Shonsepo.
Those prices have been going up lately. Let's go talk to the shopkeep and see if we can push them back down again. Okay, let's do it. So this is going to be a negotiation combat. I don't know what the term is in the game for negotiations and battles. Encounters, maybe?
Tatsushe.
This one's all about soft power, right? Okay, so who else in here can we talk to? Orog. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Whether it's heavy lifting or heavy hitting, Orog's not afraid to get heavy. He's a civilian heavy labourer. Dirty. Okay, so nothing to say right now. This shows me he's currently neutral towards me. In fact, all of these people are neutral towards me. Does Ban have anything else to say for herself? Greetings once again. Nope. But I could convince her to reject somebody if I was her friend. Okay, well, so for now we will go back to the map. We only have one place we can go. Bulk discount. The workers of the bog are dependent on the company store for most of their goods. This leaves them vulnerable to exploitation by whatever Baron happens to be minding the till. Let's go deal with that. Okay, so a motley crowd of people in here. So Rasma, the guard. Word is that Rasma was the youngest Spark Baron to ever join the ranks, which does explain the cherubic shine in her eyes.
Petoshake.
Didn't think my day would involve a grifter dealing. Okay, so if I pay her, she will stay out of any negotiation. I'm probably about to engage in a negotiation, but I'm confident in my abilities. I don't think I need to pay her off. Yupu. He's a labourer, so he's on my team. Another day in the feud, So I could pay him to help me for 45 shills. Again, I'm confident in my own abilities, so I'll hang on to my money. Chake, another labourer. Rubs his elbows like it's been 10 years since they ran out of grease. Human looks me up and down in suspicion, so I can also pay him to help me. And finally, Vis. The life expectancy of the average labourer in Havaria isn't long. Vis looks twice that old.
Securpa?
Aye. And I could also pay him for 45 shells. Okay, so there were 3 people here that I could recruit. But I'm going to go it alone for now. So let's talk to the proprietor of the store. Alin's prices are fair, even when the skies aren't. What do you want? I want to ask about your prices actually, because I've heard that they're not at all fair.
Totashe.
What would it cost to buy some new boots?
Tadeki.
20 shills.
Sia Sholpa.
That's not so bad. That's per boot, of course.
Shekepuna.
Oh, I see. Don't blame me, that's just supply and demand in action. Okay, so I can arrange a bulk discount for the workers. Or I can demand lower prices for the workers. But then Alin will dislike me at the end of it. Or I can just beat her up. And then she will dislike me And the security guard will get involved in the fight as well. Kind of want to avoid making anybody dislike me, unless strictly necessary. It feels like arranging a bulk discount may be a way to do that will still keep Calandra happy, so let's try that. If you lower your prices, you'll make up the difference in volume. Okay, so same as last time. So my coin flips at the start of combat. Because it landed on this side, I get 1 composure to a random argument, and I only have 1, so 1 composure on my core argument. Again, we've got an intent that's going to cause 4 damage to me. And her core argument has 23 resolve, but it has a different ability to the one that we saw last time. So in this case, a kickback card will be added to my draw pile at the end of her turn. And this is a card that doesn't cost anything to play. It causes 2 to 5 damage, but I have to pay 5 shills to play it, so it doesn't cost any action points to play, but it does cost me money to play it. So these can end up coming up my hand and force me to pay money basically to do anything to it. So I kind of want to do something about it as quick as I can. So let's put some composure on and draw a card. So this is the card that I upgraded. Because I'm looking for another green card, given that my coin is on this side. A green card is better than a red card, because it will deal max damage. We did not get that, we got a gamble. Which is... Well, so I want to play this one first, so while my coin is on this side, we'll do 3 damage. And then we'll gamble before we play our red card. No, it ended on the same side. So I got another composure, but I don't need it because I'm only taking 4 damage anyway. But because my hand goes into my discard pile at the end of my turn, I may as well play this and try and do some more damage. 1. Okay. Not great, but I could actually gamble again. Might do another damage. Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess the reason not to is that this card is also sticky. So if I don't play it, I'll keep it in my hand. And maybe that will be useful next time. So yeah, let's hold on to that. Okay, so one of those goes in my draw pile, and I've drawn it. Okay, so while I've still got this up, I'm going to play another one of these for 3 damage. I'm going to apply 3 composure. Yeah, I guess. And then we'll flip my coin again. Okay, so it causes 1 damage. And now this card causes 1 bonus damage. 4. Okay, very nice. So I'm going to take 1 resolve damage here, but that's okay. I could play this to do extra damage. It's only 5 shills, that's actually not that expensive, so it might be worth doing that. 4 damage, okay. Okay, so I get another one of those dumped in my deck because of the ability of her core argument. Now this has appeared. When destroyed, I will draw an extra card at the start of my turn. Okay, that could be useful, but to be honest, she's almost finished anyway, so I'm probably better just finishing her off. So... you need 3 more damage. Oh, 1. 1! Oh no, the chances of that. Okay. Taking 4 resolve damage. Ooh, and that's a nastier looking card. Pay 15 shills. If you end your turn with this card, take 8 damage. Okay, well fortunately I can finish her off first. Okay, so we won the negotiation. So I get to pick a card. Okay, so this is potentially good. So 1 to 4 damage. If it's prepared, I will gain 1 influence. And an influence ensures that my diplomacy cards will deal maximum damage, so I wouldn't be reliant on my coin for that. Or I take this, which is an uncommon card, which is theoretically a little better. Draw 2 cards and gamble for each hostility card drawn, so that's each red card that I draw. I get to do a gamble. Okay, let's try taking that one then. You don't want this getting messy. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll give it a shot, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to raise the prices again. Okay, so we succeeded. Let's go back to Calandra and give her the news. Oh! I have been intercepted by a contingent of Spark Barons on my way back to Calandra. What do they want? There's the Grifter!
Hatashu?
Seems to be the trouble. The trouble is you sticking your nose in our pocketbooks. Prices at the company store are high because I get a cut. Now they're not as high, I won't get as much of a cut. Not getting a high cut makes me sad. That makes me want to do violent things to you. Unless, of course, you can make up the difference. So I can just pay him off with 50 shills. That's not going to happen. Explain the concept of demand elasticity. Or defend myself. Ooh, okay, he's pretty strong. He's got 3 stars. And a combat drone. So I actually, much as I would like to set and make an example of him, I think I'm just going to explain the concept of demand elasticity to him, because that looks like a negotiation I can win. The prices are lower, but that will just mean that the workers can buy a greater volume of goods. You're still going to get your money. That's simple economics. Okay. So, his core argument, at the start of his turn he will steal 1 card from me and hold it hostage. Okay. So, we will play this first. So what I'm looking at is this card here. So if I can get it prepared when I play it, I will gain 1 action. So that means that I have to move it to the leftmost position in my hand, which means I need to play these 2 first. And that's completely fine because I would play that anyway, because it's going to deal max damage because of my coin. And I'll apply 3 composure because I need more defense. So now when I play this, I will gain 1 extra action. Which lets me play another card. We'll hold on to gamble because we don't need it right now, so we will improvise a card from a pool of special cards. So in other words, we pick one of these. Gain 1 bonus action next turn. Give you a currently prepared card plus 2 bonus damage until the end of this turn. Okay, well, 1 bonus action next turn sounds pretty nice. And it has expend on it, which means as soon as I play it, it's removed from my deck for the rest of this encounter. Okay, so he stole my trickery card. Okay, that's fine. And he put out this argument, which we've seen before. So my enemy gains 1 composure for each hostility card I draw, each red card. Okay, so while our coin is on this side, we'll play this. We've got 4 actions this turn because of the card that we played last time. Once again, I'm just going to concentrate, I think, on getting down his main argument. It's also... okay, this is how I get my card back. Yeah, well, I don't really care about that. So, let's focus on his core argument. I now probably want to apply 3 composure and draw a card.
Una sosa.
Ooh, okay, so because I drew a red card, that triggered this, so he got another composure, which actually wasn't ideal. Play this, draw 2 cards, gamble for each hostility card drawn. Could be okay, but for each hostility card I draw, he's also gonna apply 1 composure. Let's do it anyway. So I gambled once. The coin landed on this side, which dealt 1 damage to a random enemy, which damaged him. So now I'm on this side, and now is a good time to play this card. So am I going to focus on his core argument, or am I going to get rid of this? Let's stick to his core argument. I could gamble. Yeah, let's gamble. Let's try and do more damage or get some more defense. Okay, that caused 1 damage, so I got my card back. Oh, but I got vulnerability. Ugh. Well, let's do it again. Adds 1 resolve. So, net. I'm still going to take 1 resolve damage, so that's fine. Okay, so he's still on that card. Now what's this? When this argument is destroyed, gain 3 vulnerability. Okay, and he's gonna try to destroy it, which will make my life really quite hard. So I could put some composure on that to stop that. Yeah, I think I better actually. I'm going to apply 3 composure to my core argument and draw a card so I can do something about this 4 damage coming in. You know what, I'm actually going to take the opportunity to finish off this argument. An extra damage, I always forget this, extra damage on non-core arguments spills over onto the core argument as well, so it's actually not lost. So I'm going to take 1 resolve damage here. He's getting lots of intents out. Are they sticking around? He's still on that card now. Okay, no, just the 1. He's trying to destroy that again to give me vulnerability. But I think I'm going to take this opportunity to try to finish him off. Well, I can't finish him off, but I can do a decent chunk of damage. And then I'm going to gamble. Try and put some resolve on me. No, but I did destroy that. But that made me more vulnerable. Let's do it again. Oh, 1 away from finishing him off. Okay, well, I have enough. Okay, negotiation 1. Alright, hits all enemy arguments, lose all dominance. That is nice. I haven't actually seen a card that attacks all enemy arguments before, I don't think. So that's definitely a good one to take. Things that attack every enemy, whether it's every enemy in a battle or every argument in a negotiation, are super useful in games like this. Slay the Spire, I'm always looking for a card that hits all enemies. So, take that. It's a crazy plan, but it might work. You'll hear from me if it doesn't. Okay. So, before we were so rudely interrupted. We were on our way back to tell Calandra that the pricing discrepancies have been rectified, so let's do that.
Shotosa.
Hello again.
Capisce.
Helen agreed that it was in her economic interest to lower her prices.
Tisetina.
Nice work. Violence is a useful tool, but not if we use it every time. So she now likes me, which is good. She also pays me 55 shills, which is good, and a bonus of 30 shills, which is excellent. So I now have 155 shills to spend on cards and food and drink to heal myself, stuff like that.
Sia silo.
Alright, I have another job for you. Oh, and actually I was going to say the fact that she likes me should be up here now, but it isn't yet. Maybe I got to get out of this negotiation before that shows up. Okay, 2 opportunities. Speak power to power. It will be a battle and a negotiation. Gode has been mistreating his workers. Calandra wants you to scare a little empathy into him. Oh, and she'll give me a bonus because she likes me. So 69 shills and upgrade a card. Or let Sleeping Bogs die. A battle. Workers working at a wildcat dig disturbed a nest of vicious urchin. Help them contain the mess before they're exposed. So also 69 shills, and I will restore 20 health or 10 resolve. I'm quite low on resolve. I lost a lot of resolve in those last negotiations, so this would be good because it will be a battle, which I've not done yet with Rook, and I can take that 10 resolve, which will heal me up nicely.
Kashiape.
Ever heard of a wildcat dig?
Sahasuna.
It's unlicensed excavation, run by off-duty workers, hoping luck's on their side.
Ta Sanpulka.
Suppose the Spark Barons don't approve.
Tutiateshe.
Neither do the urchins, apparently. So the urchins are a rapacious carnivore found throughout Grout Bog.
Honasana.
Some of the guys just busted open a nest, and that's sure to draw the Baron's eye.
Sashesuntel.
Unless we want the whole bog to feel the crackdown, I need you to help the workers cover it up. Okay.
Tisetina.
It's simple. First wipe out the urchins, and then burn the egg sacs. Just
Sashesuntel.
make sure the Barons don't find out and we're golden.
Bosalku.
If you need supplies, check in at the last stand. We don't have much to spare here, but the barkeep there sells whatever you might need.
Shusatyo.
The bar's kind of a neutral ground for the Spark Barons who want to pretend their workers like them.
Polpeha.
It's safe enough to let yourself be seen there without drawing too much suspicion. Okay. So, there's the last stand, so refreshment and healing. I'm not going to go there right now because although my resolve needs healing, or fortifying with a stiff alcoholic drink, I'm hoping to get that from the quest reward for this. So I'm just going to go straight over here to help the workers deal with this nest of creatures that they have disturbed. You arrive at the dig site. You find a clutch of workers hunkered down a fair distance from the pit. It doesn't take long to notice why. If you tried to describe the smell, you'd only make yourself sick.
Hatomo.
By the Abyss! The metaphysical portal deep beneath the Deltraean Sea from which Hesh is said to manipulate the fates of those on land. Oh, thank Hesh. Did Calandra send you? The hole's full of urchins with nowhere to go but up.
Tipatua.
Yeah, so the Oda suggests. I don't suppose you made any progress on your own? Sure we did. We called Calandra and she sent you. So go on then, get to work. Okay, what can we learn? Let's learn more about these urchins.
Kiatesa.
You're the local, my friend. Anything you can advise me on these beasts? They stink. Surprisingly, I had inferred as much. Face meat is their favourite.
Salsito.
Face meat? Yeah. So what's your face?
Ta Selsha.
I'll keep that in mind. That's actually a tall order. Is it? Ask about the dig. How was the dig otherwise? I hope it was profitable. Before the urchin problem, of course. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good neither. Calandra can work wonders out of most junk we dig up, so who knows? What looks like trash to me could be a fortune for all of us once she gets her hands on it. Interesting. And what does that cost you? Huh? I don't follow. Perhaps I'll ask Calandra then. Okay, so I can either attack the nest by myself, which doesn't seem too challenging, they're only 1 star, or I could ask this to help me. My resolve is kind of low, so I don't really want to lose any more resolve. Convince the workers to charge the nest without me. The more workers you convince to charge, the better the chance they'll have at surviving. No, I think that's cool. Surely I can take on a couple of wild urchins by myself. And this will love me if I do. So that's a good reason to do it. Very well. Stand back and observe. Sneak up on the urchins, lining up your first shot. But clearly their own stink doesn't stop them from catching you on the wind. The nest is waiting for you. Okay, here we go with our first battle. So, battles work similarly to negotiations, but you're playing with a different deck of cards. So we have maneuver cards, which will either apply defense, which works just like the composure in a negotiation, which uses incoming damage, or they can be like the purple cards and have some kind of special ability. So that's maneuver cards. Then there's the orange cards, which are attack cards, and we have various different attacks. And as before, the damage of the card will do is indicated at the top. So this one is 4 to 5, 2 to 4, and 8 damage. And then we have this mechanic here. So this is unique to Rook. So he has these 4 charge slots. And charge can be used by cards for certain effects. I currently have 1 of the 4 charge cells full and 3 empty. At the end of my turn, I will get 3 defend per empty cell. So if nothing changes, I will get 3 defend at the end of my turn. And at the start of my turn, I gain 1 charge. So that will go up. Currently these guys are planning to apply a status effect to me, so if I was going to take any damage there would be a red number above me, which there isn't. So I don't actually have to worry about putting up any defense. And so if I have cards also that can increase the number of charges that I have, then that would not be a bad thing. So this card, for example, does 4 to 5 damage, and if I spend a charge will do 2 bonus damage. I actually don't have any choice. If I have a charge available, it will spend it for 2 bonus damage, and that's already factored into the damage shown here. So if I do that, I will then have 4 empty cells, which works well with this card, which gives me bonus damage per empty cell, and then gain 2 defense per charge. And I don't need any defense this turn anyway. It will expend after I use it, but that's okay because the best time to use it is when it's full. So if I play this first, I'll do 4 to 5 damage. That will consume this charge, and then the damage of this card will go up to 10. So I have the ability to do a lot of damage, basically. So how much damage do I need to do? Well, this guy has 12 hit points, and this guy has 14. However, when I do 6 damage to him, he will panic, and if everybody is panicked, I can end the battle then. However, if this creature flees, a new urchin will take its place, and it will actually flee, I believe, as soon as we reduce the damage below 6. As soon as we do 6 damage to it, he will immediately flee and a new one will come. So we basically want to one-shot him. Same applies to this guy. Or we take him down to like just above that halfway point and then we finish him off. He's also diseased, so he reduces his maximum health by 1 at the end of his turn until the end of the fight. Okay. But when he causes me to lose health, I gain 1 diseased. Okay. Alright, well I think I can finish this one off because... In fact, I think I can finish this one off. Because even if I do 4 damage with him, that will take him down to 10. And then this will be 10 and that will kill him. So we'll do that. So 4 damage, that emptied that cells. This has now gone up to 10, as we expected, so that kills him. So I don't have to worry about another urchin coming in his place. And like I said, because I don't need any defense right now, he's going to apply status effect to me, which defense is useless against. Might as well just shoot him with this card. Okay. Ooh. What is that? A bog cyst. Is he actually fighting on my side then? Destroyed all fighters gain 4 temporary power. Interesting. Okay, so I have the option to kill him to gain temporary power. Actually don't think I need to worry about that. So he has effectively 14 health. If I do 8 points of damage, it will take off his 4 shield and it will do 4 more damage and then he will run away. So I don't want to do that. So let's start with that. Okay, then I'm going to go to that. So he's just above his fleeing threshold. Oh no, I don't have enough actions. I thought this was a 1 action card and it's a 2 action card. I could have finished him off. In that case, I need to apply some defense. I'm now diseased. Hopefully that's not a problem because now I can play this. And victory. Okay, so lots of things for winning that battle. So, winning a battle restores resolve, so that's good. We have a new negotiation card, Urchin Musk. I can only use it once, then it's destroyed, but it will remove composure from an enemy argument, and I will gain dominance equal to the composure removed. So the only new concept there is dominance. Whereas it says any of my hostility cards, which are the red ones, deal an additional +1 damage. So okay. And I also get to pick a new battle card. So this is an uncommon one. Spend all charge and heal 2 for every charge spent. Expend, so it's removed for the rest of the battle, and burn out. If it's in my hand at the end of my turn, I expend it. Okay, but having a heal sounds good. This one applies 8 defense, which is nice, but burnout, so if I don't play it I lose it. Or this one, 3 defense but also 3 concentration. And concentration increases the minimum damage of all my attacks by 1. So that would boost the minimum damage of all my attacks by 3. And then at the end of my turn it gets halved, and so on. Oh no, it halves when I take enemy damage. I do like the idea of having a heal. I've not seen any kind of heal before, so I suppose the only downside is that you might end up having to play, like as soon as it's in your hand you have to play it. Otherwise it's going to be expended anyway. You've not got much control over how much charge you're going to have, possibly. Or should I take this one then? 8 defense. You know what? I am going to take that one instead. The urchins defeated, you turn to burning down the nests. It's easy work with the tools you carry. Wow, you're a pro, huh? You dealt with urchins before? Yes, actually. Well, homophone anyway. Urchins, U-R-C-H-I-N-S. Suffice it to say, the tactics are fairly similar. Hope you didn't murder any urchins. Say what? Don't worry about it, my friend. Tonight you must live like a victor. Gather your friends and celebrate in the way that befits your custom. You trudge off in the direction of Calandra. Okay, so Vis loves me because I destroyed an entire urchin nest for them single-handed. So this is one of the main mechanics in the game. If you can do things for people and they love you, they will give you a boon. So in this case it means that I will now start all negotiations with a voice of the people argument. And that is that's an argument that I will start with. That will target an opponent argument each turn for 2 damage, basically. The argument's resolve damage doubles for each stack of it. And it's an argument with 4 resolve. Okay, nice. So let's report back to Calandra, I think. We've taken care of that for her. A comfort to see you again. Pay me. The urchins are eliminated as requested. Furthermore, it seems no one was harmed. So your operation shouldn't flicker on anyone's radar. Just what I like to hear. Clean and thorough. Excellent work, Rook. The nest worries me. Too many of those around and we might have another urchin lord on our hands. Urchin lord? Big clotted things. Trust me and hope you don't ever see one. Yeah, that means I'm going to see one at some point, doesn't it? For now, just be content with a job well done. Okay, get paid 69 shells. And I have the option to restore either my resolve or my health. Well, I've only lost 1 point of health, so I will take the resolve. So I'm now back up to max resolve. Time's come. I got something extra special that needs your skills. That bar I mentioned earlier. It's kind of neutral ground, catering to barons and workers both. Meet me there after nightfall, and we'll discuss it. And here I was wondering if you'd only hired me for the dagger and forgotten my cloak. Later, alright? Calandra leaves you alone with your questions. Okay, so this shows me that Calandra likes me and might help me if I'm in trouble. Does Ban have anything else to say to me? Nope, she does not. Orog, I have returned. He has nothing to say either. Okay, fine. So, these orange markers indicate limited time opportunities, so I basically have to pick one of them. So, Vis will either join me, so he is the guy I just helped out at the dig site, or I can go and look for some loot on a desolate battlefield. So seeing who loves and likes me, yeah, Vis loves me. So sure, why don't you come along? Having some backup could be useful. This is happy to see me. Rook, just the hunter I wanted to see. I'm bored, and you always keep things interesting. Need any help with something? Okay, I'll let him tag along. Always happy to have you along, this. Great. Just don't get me killed. I will try not to get you killed because I would like to keep your social boon.
Capisce.
Whoa, no promises. Ha! Either way.
Sonisha.
I wasn't kidding. Okay, we have this. So let's head over to the last stand. A dusty old Kodeshi approaches you as you enter. So a reminder again, the Kodeshi are an amphibious species with large matrilineal families typically found in positions of wealth and influence, i.e. these guys with the two eyes on the side of their head. You're Admiralty, yeah? I can read it across your shoulders. I was, once. Aerostat, if I had to guess. I can either compliment him on his perception or warn him to mind his own business. I'll be nice. Let's compliment him. They can take our youth, eh? But they can't take our cunning. Oh, they would if they could, I'm sure. Alright, well then. Well met then. Enjoy your... Do you have your squadron coin? Can I see it? Now that's quite personal. No, please don't take offence. I'm a collector, you see. I have several coins of my own if you're up for a trade. I'm always here, like the foot traffic. You decide you might be up for a trade, just find me. Pengamon backs off and seems content to give you your space. If there's an angle, you can't guess it. Okay, well let's see. What do you? What coins do you have then? So currently I'm using this basic lucky coin, but I could change that to something else. So a common lucky coin, mud coin, sifting coin, marsh coin. So that keeps the this one the same. Apply one composure to a random friendly argument. Or this side now deals 2 damage to a random enemy argument. So yeah, that's better. Why would I not pick that? Or draw a card, discard a card. Or apply 2 composure to a random friendly argument and deal 1 damage to a random enemy argument. Okay. So extra composure to myself. So these two are the kind of opposite of each other. What would I rather do? Do more damage to a random enemy argument or more composure to myself? I think more composure to myself because sometimes destroying random enemy arguments can be a bit unfortunate. Like we saw in some of those previous negotiations when we did that, we got a stack of vulnerable applied to us, which meant we were taking more damage. So that could go south, whereas there's no downside to having more composure. So I'm going to trade for a marsh coin. Ah yes, this one has a familiar weight. Pleasure to hold it again, for sure. Good, you hang on to that because it's worse than the one you just gave me. Pengamon studies the coin fondly before sliding it into a lined case. Okay, and Pengamon has now disappeared as well. Okay. Should we talk to Hebel, I guess? The bar is well known in your network. A quiet speakeasy where folks like you can rest away from prying eyes. So he's a spree, so he's neither Spark Barons nor Rise. Clients keep their heads down even as you come in. If they're curious enough to study your face, they're clever enough to hide it. Hello, barkeep. The name is Rook, and I'm simply parched. The bartender inspects you carefully, nods once, and keeps the conversation nice and low.
Bionmoka.
Word was I should expect you. I don't make a habit of helping out no more than I need to.
Pampoke.
You keep that in mind. Okay. Well, I suppose you could provide me with a little information. It's the job, ain't it? What do you need? Okay, well... so I've already asked about these, but let me see if he has a different take on any of these things. So, tell me about Great Bog. You tell me anything about the terrain here? I like to be prepared. Great Bog is proper miserable. That's why the Spark Barons could get any rights at all, I suspect. The bog will suck up anything that falls in it, and the beasts will scavenge the rest. It's full to the brim with vagrant age tech, if you know where to find it. Aha! Dangerous but profitable. My kind of place, I think. I believe what Spark Barons call tech, Hessians call antiquities. A lot of fuss over rusted old refuse, if you ask me. Used to be the cult was too mighty. These days, the Hessians have to settle for what the Barons will trade. Pray to their tentacled friend that whatever they get is actually holy. That's a powerful monopoly to hold. Yeah, well, there's a reason the Barons are more often than not calling the shots these days. But all the digging is done by labourers, correct? Not any of the actual Spark Barons. What? Get their fancy tools dirty? Forget about it. Labour's all contracted out. Of course, since the Barons own the land and the borders and all the shops and supplies, let's just say there's a lot of pay to dock. These days it's almost as bad as the derricks. You mean it's indentured servitude? Might as well be. No, I don't pretend to know nothing about nothing, but if I know anything about anything, that's what you're here for. Some of the labourers have started organising, calling themselves the Rise. I bet you'll get familiar with them real soon if you are already. I am already. What about you? What do you factor into this? This here's the only private business in the bog. Thank my grandfather for that. I keep secrets and everybody knows better than to ask me not to. And what if I need you to favour me over your other clientele? Feed me a little intel? Maybe even about their own objectives? That's not a service I offer. Come now. I'd heard you were getting too old for this game. You want to stick your nose in other people's business? That's your blood in the pipe. I don't rat out my customers. Not to you, and not to them. Be grateful. Good to know. Thank you for your frankness. Okay. Thank heaven. Thank you, barkeep. Your warmth and hospitality will keep me going today for certain. Hold on, I got something for you. Hebel digs around under the bar, producing a lined case of unlicensed grafts. A gift, my fine friend? We've only just met. You call in good favours. Okay, so I do have a graft reward. Okay, so I can pick one of these three things. At the start of each negotiation, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many new ones. Gain 6 max resolve. At the start of each negotiation, rig 2. I think I'm going to gain max resolve. Because the more resolve, the better. Very useful. If I wanted to call in further favours, I got drinks and I got eats. You want anything other than that, you're going to have to talk to the Jakes. And the Jakes are a collection of free labourers who work the docks and roads, controlling tariffs. Okay, I've seen the Jakes mentioned before and not quite understood who they were, so that is useful to know. Free labourers. Okay. They have a shop set up on the edge of the bog. The edge of the law, for that matter. They're a cagey bunch, so you might have have to prove yourself worthy of their business.
Hikopana.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Sushuaki.
Well, I appreciate the information. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. Alright, so let's talk to him again, because I think we still need him for our quest.
Anke Sapa.
Okay, I could buy a drink, but I'm at max resolve, so I don't need that. I could buy a meal, but it's only to heal 1 hit point, which is not worth it. Could buy cards, or I could just wait for Calandra. Let's see what cards he's got. So, battle card, 10 heal, replenish, destroy after 1 use. That could be handy, I guess, maybe. Let me hang on to my money. Money's kind of hard to come by, and if the Cell campaign was anything to go by, there's often other things that might be good to spend it on. So I will just wait for Calandra.
De course.
Nothing for me, barkeep. I'm only here to meet someone.
Oh, Petar.
Ain't none of my business, is it? Lean against the bar and watch the crowd as you wait for sunset. With the last of the light, Calandra walks through the door. Okay, hello Calandra.
Tiakopoa.
Time for the real reason I hired you, I think.
Sahasuna.
You know it wasn't just to babysit my workers.
Tashanta.
I assume not. You seem capable of doing that yourself.
Shusatyo.
There's a reason I hired you, and not any of the other grifters with guns just as quick as yours.
Shotosa.
It's because I know you go back with Falemo.
Siasilo.
I need you to infiltrate the Spark Barons.
Pakiashu.
Ah, the pieces are beginning to coalesce.
Totanali.
There's a worker. One of mine, actually. He's been stealing from the Barons for a while now, but I looked the other way.
Honasana.
Until he started stealing from my other workers too.
Bosalku.
Take him with you when you go to meet the Barons as a sign of good faith.
Mia Tatua.
Why am I doing this?
Soshiapi.
Does it matter? I thought you didn't want any moralizing.
Putieli.
Knowledge is power, as they say. So it depends on how effective you'd like me to be.
Son Mashoa.
Falemo has something that belongs to me, and I don't want him to break it.
Polpeha.
I need you to cozy up so we can find out where it is and get it back.
Kakiete.
What is it exactly that Falemo has?
Tisetina.
An invention. My invention.
Tutiateshe.
Normally I would have been able to use it to parley myself a place in the Barons, but
Kalkotosa.
he stole it instead. Said I wasn't Spark Baron's material.
Kishasho.
Yeah, that's the problem with hierarchies. They prefer their rank subordinate.
Tashioke.
Spark Barons have a strict recruitment policy,
Nilten Pol.
but you have a chummy past with one of the Baron's biggest wigs.
Kipona
He
pe.
knows your worth. I bet he's in real need of a union buster, for example.
Shutenshisa.
Ah, corporate sabotage is more my speed, certainly.
Kiona
So
shit.
what's the plan? After this, we only speak in secret.
Kimote.
Falemo will want you where you can do the most damage. So I'm sure I'll see you right back at my workshop tomorrow.
Siasilo.
From this point on, you'll be a double agent. You'll have to work for both of us.
Polpeha.
But hopefully you're good enough to sabotage the jobs he asks you to do while staying in his good graces.
Societa.
That will be very difficult.
Tius Hako.
Do what you have to do. But I need to know I can trust you, or this won't work. Okay, accept the job. I would have appreciated you giving me the details sooner, but I can't say I'm not grateful for the challenge.
Shokusopa.
Glad to hear it.
So
Now it
shobo.
must be years since you last saw your old pal. Don't you think it's time you paid him a visit?
Detusha.
Yes, and I know just the present to bring him to. Okay. So we have 2 time-limited opportunities. An Admiralty weaponsmith that Rook knows is here in the bog. Or healing. I am fine for healing, so let's go for the gun show.
Tanso Dena.
Rook!
Que
They
chupe.
said you were dead.
Sokenasha.
They say a lot of things, Frizz. Some of them are even true.
Sunakan
They're
Boana.
the ones you want. Am I right?
Shukapu.
What are you doing here?
Shatushio.
Working private security. Pays better than the Admiralty ever did, and I set my own hours.
Tiaminase.
I'm here looking for freelance clients. Know anyone local who can pay top dollar for good weapons? Okay, looking for freelance clients. Top dollar for good weapons. Okay.
Sisha Poshe.
So how's life in the Admiralty?
Pakotiasha.
Never changes, does it?
Tashis Hill.
Put in your time, bust the heads you're asked to, and at the end of the day, you're lucky if all you get is scars.
Tiotel Pa.
See the world, they said. Learn a trade, they said.
Panapuhu.
Yeah, you know it.
Showa Pelka.
Of all the places you could choose to spend your leave, you pick Grout Bog.
Totianata.
I make weapons. There's a lot of demand for that here.
Shotiense.
You're doing freelance design work? It's a
Sunapota.
working holiday. I only have 8 years left in my franchise. It's never too early to think about one's retirement. Okay, can you tweak my pistols?
Piotashu.
Remember these?
Kasiontal.
Still using those old things, eh?
Mosakia.
Those old things have to stick together.
Tipiapa.
Surprised they're still intact.
Tionapiapa.
Practically a child when I built those. Oh hey, she built my weapons.
Kiakopuna.
Think you could do better now?
Kupelson.
Certainly. With the right parts and access to my tools. In about a week.
Putosieta.
What could you do with 5 minutes and diminished expectations?
Sakikasa.
I can make a couple of adjustments, I suppose. Okay, increase the charge chambers, decrease the charge chambers, or take back your pistols. Okay, so increasing charge chambers is going to mean that my weapon will take longer to get an overcharge state, but I don't think I actually have any cards at the moment that use that. So that would be fine, and more charge chambers means more empty chambers for that card that does additional damage for every empty chamber that I have, so that would be good. So yeah, let's do that.
Capiel.
Could you increase the number of charges?
Taki Pilshi.
Yeah, it's possible.
Kenehe Pipona.
Tell you what, I'll add 1 for free. I can add 2, but it'll cost you.
Tuanasike.
Always the mercenary, aren't you?
Kenehe Pipona.
Girl's gotta eat. Oh god, how much are you charging that? 300 shills to add 2. Okay, well, 1 it is then.
Sunapota. Kupelson.
Good as new.
Panapuhu.
Better even.
Tuatonte.
Thanks, Frizz. This'll come in handy.
Tipiapa.
For old time's sake.
Shekepuna.
Been nice seeing you, Frizz.
Tionapiapa.
Likewise, Rook.
Sakikasa.
My leave's up, so I'm back to Murder Bay.
Totianata.
Don't get yourself killed out there. Okay, so 2 options. Head to the black market. You've heard the Jakes are running a black market here in Grout Bog. Or infiltrate the Barrens. I suppose I should go and see what is in the black market. Give me something to spend my shills on. Oh. Jake nervously approaches you. Hey, you want to make a quick buck? Hold this package for me. I'll pay you 100 shills. What's in the package? It's better if you don't know. Just don't let them find it on you, alright? Come on, man, I don't have time for this. Sure, why not? 100 shills, always good.
Shutsona.
Oh, thank Hesh. Here.
Pekosuna.
Out of the way, Grifter. We've got a smuggler to deal with. I don't have anything, you rent-a-cop. Rasmus searches Posgo and comes up empty. Ha! Told you.
Kepakipu.
You're next, Grifter. Empty your pockets. So I can just straight up refuse. And then have a fight with a lot of backup. Or convince her to skip me. Or I can sell Posgo out, and then Posgo will hate me, so I really don't want to do that. Let's take the non-violent approach. I don't want to alarm the Spark Barons, given I'm about to go and talk to their leader, so
Attaché.
that's not really necessary now, is it? Okay, and so my people who are on my side have given me these advantages. So they're giving her 2 stacks of Flustered, which reduces the damage that she does to me, which is good. Okay. Alright. So 2 damage coming from here. This is pretty good. So we'll start with this for 3 damage. Our coin is on this side, the blue side. This has enough composure to protect against this damage, so that's fine. Let's improvise a card. Reverse my lucky coin, that will be good for the red cards I'm about to play. Yeah, let's do that. And that also does 1 damage in itself. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm out of actions. Okay, so she's stolen a card and popped up 2 arguments. That will get my card back. And this one again, for every hostility card I draw, she gains 1 composure. Let's open with that. Let's gamble. Hope we flip our coin. Yes. So now this will deal max damage and it's prepared. And this will deal max damage. Got 1 action left. I could play this, but I destroy the card after I play it, and none of her arguments have composure on them, so no benefit from doing that. I still on that one. Okay. Right. Hopefully can finish her off. We can do that. Do that. And now we have enough to finish her off. Okay, and I have played Grumble sufficient times. Every time you play it, it gains 1 XP, and when its XP bar is filled up, you can upgrade it. So let's do that now. So can either change it to Gamble before I play it, which could be a mixed blessing if I'm already on this, or more damage but I have to discard a card. I feel like that's probably better. Not sure how much of an upgrade those things feel like, but when this card is drawn, Gamble, rig 2 and then prepare a card, or dig and it costs 0 if we're on there. Okay, I like dig, so let's take that.
Cosheso.
You don't want this getting messy. Yeah, you're right. You don't fit the description.
Timanapo.
You should watch yourself, Posco. I know I will be.
Cosy.
Yay, Posco loves me. So I helped him evade the Spark Barons. Okay, so not only did I get 100 shills from him, I also got this boon, which gives me a 20 shill discount from shopkeepers, which could be handy given I'm on my way to the black market right now. Can I have the package back now? Can extort more money from him, but then I'll lose his boons. So yeah, I'll give him it back. Thanks for that. I'm late enough for this delivery already. Posco heaves the package and carries on his way. Okay, let's head to the black market then. You approach the market, but an armed guard seeps out of the shadows to cut you off. This establishment is for members only. You turn around now, go back the way you came. So I can buy a membership for 100 shills. Convince him to let me in. Mention a friend who is a member. Or ask him stuff. Well, let's tell me about this place. I'm a potential customer, you know. What do you sell? Things to people who are members, unlike you. Okay, tell me about the Jakes. I didn't realise they were allowed in Groutbog. Your freedom to walk away from this without trouble is going smaller by the minute. Okay, what about a membership? Slow down, I want to play by the rules. How would I go about acquiring membership myself? It's easy if you've been invited, but you haven't. So it is. Okay. I think I can convince him to let me in. I'm very persuasive. As clandestine as you make it sound, this is ultimately a business. You can trust Rook. Okay, so he's going to try and destroy that. So let's stop him doing that. Really want to flip my coin, but I can't. Play that. And we'll play that. 1 damage. Okay, so this is a different argument than we've seen before. Crafty. So intents and target previews are hidden, so I don't know what he's doing or who he's doing it to. What I do know actually is that he always has an intent that causes damage. I just don't know who is going to be damaged by it. Which might not matter. Let's do this. Draw 2 cards. Okay, that gives me the option of applying composure. So given that, I would like to see who is going to be attacked, so we'll get rid of that. And 4 damage is coming in on me, so I will apply some composure there. And let's flip my coin. Okay, 2 composure on there, which doesn't matter, but composure disappears at the end of your turn, so you've got to keep reapplying it every turn. He really wants to get rid of that argument. I've got 2 intents that are attacking it. So I would just let it go, but that's going to be 5 damage that spills over to me, which is a lot. There's nothing I can do about those intents. So play this first for max
Pas
damage,
tout sauf
then gamble and hope I get the other side of my coin.
Combien
I did not. At least it put some composure on there, which is good. Discard a card, that one. Play this for guaranteed 3 damage. Oh, the damage actually spilled over to there. Okay. That's good. For some reason I thought spillover damage came to your core argument, but okay. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll do that.
Attends ça ou pas?
And we'll do that. There we go. So I can upgrade this card for more damage, but as soon as I play it, I destroy it. Or the required gamble. Ooh. So putting destroy on cards is an interesting thing in this game. On the face of it, it seems bad because you get one powerful effect and then it's gone from your deck for the rest of the run. But it does give you a way to also get cards out of your hand and keep your deck lean. So as long as you have other cards in there that can do damage, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm going to go that way. Even once that's gone, I've still got plenty of other cards that can cause damage. Not so much hostility cards, but I think that's okay. I mean, I could pick up this one now. Gamble, and if I get that, deal 2 damage to all enemy arguments. Rig 2 and then prepare a card. Let's take this one. I've not had a rig card before. My work takes me all over the continent, my friend. Sometimes all the way to Rentoria, an island nation to the north of Bavaria, frequently but not currently opposed to the Deltrian Empire. I'm a member worth having, with connections in every faction. This is true. Going to be true. You a spy then? Fine. Conditional membership granted. Better have shills to spill. I do, I've got lots. So, what can I buy? Plucker the Swab. You're surprised to see a Spark Baron here, selling grafts. You look like someone who could use an edge. I have several available for a price.
Salsito.
You're a member of the Spark Barons, are you not? I am. And this is an illegal black market operation run by the Jakes, is it not? It is. How do you reconcile that? Shouldn't you be reporting this to your superiors? I contain multitudes. Okay, so I can buy negotiation graphs, battle graphs, or add more graft slots. Let's see what we've got on offer. I have one negotiation graft already, but I have no battle grafts, so let's see what she's got. Okay, clicker. Whenever you spend your last charge, draw a card. I just added a charge, so I guess that's less likely. Auto tracker. At the start of each turn, apply 2 mark to a random enemy. When you attack this target, gain 1 charge and reduce mark by 1. Speed wheel. At the start of each turn, gain 1 charge. I feel like my effects are more about not having negotiation graphs. At the start of your negotiation, insert conduct a card into your hand that redirects enemy intents. Okay, shenanigans. Composure cards apply 1 additional composure. Ooh, that's quite nice. Memorization implant at the start of each negotiation. Choose a card in your hand and duplicate it. 180 shills for shenanigans. I like that though. Yes.
Tashanta.
Okay, hopefully I haven't spent money that I would rather spend from somebody else. What's Kosh got for sale? Just because I let you in doesn't mean I trust you. Bring anything to you and I'll break you. Okay, nothing, you're just the guard. Okay, what about Queek? You got past security, eh? If they're cool with you, so am I. Let's get down to business then. Okay, so I can remove cards or buy cards. What have we got? Okay, well this is, so 3 negotiations, 3 battles. So while this is in your hand, apply 2 composure to a random argument. Whenever you prepare a card. Draw 2 cards, then gamble. If that, those cards cost 1 less until played. Interesting, but it costs 2, so feels quite expensive. Headbang I can't afford. Ripper I can't afford. Direct hit next turn, draw 1 additional card, as well as causing 3 to 4 damage. Or double time, and if I'm fully charged, will deal max damage. 2 to 7. I think that's better than, well, yeah, let's take that one. So I've spent a chunk of my money. So I think that is all I'm gonna do here for now. Which means I'm gonna head over here to infiltrate the Barrens. Meet my old friend. Hopefully. But first of all I've got to bring him a gift, right? Word is, Del fights for his workers. But nobody's ever really selfless in the Griftlands, right?
Tetonapo?
Come talk business, I hope. Demand that he comes with me. I kind of have to do that, I think. There is no other option. I cannot persuade him. You're coming with me. And now he dislikes me. Sad. You're not a baron, are you? You're just working with them, right? We can work out a deal that'll help us both. Just hear me out. I can ask about his proposal, convince him to give up, or beat him up. Okay, he has extra resolve because he dislikes me. Okay, what's your proposal? I'll hear you out. I'm listening. They think I'm Rise, but I'm not. I just don't like working. I've got a way out though. I can leave. I'll give you my ID and then disappear forever. All you have to do is convince them that I'm dead. How does that sound? So if I accept the offer, he'll love me, which is good because I will get some kind of boon. But then that might make it harder for me to get in with the Spark Barons. However, I don't really want to throw anybody under the bus, and if he disappears forever, then the leader of the Rise is not going to have any more problems for him. So that seems like a win-win situation all around. So sure. Great, here's my ID. Just tell them that the rest of me got disintegrated. You suspect it will be more difficult than that? Yeah, I may just have required me to complete a more difficult negotiation down the road. But let's see. I have at least got this. At the start of each negotiation, add a random authority card to your draw pile. Hopefully a random good authority card. Okay, Okay, go to the Barons. I will need to convince them that I'm a grifter who wants to work for them. Okay, let's try it. At the gate to the Baron Enclave, you leave a message for Valema, hoping your name still carries enough weight to get you through the door. Sure enough, you're escorted inside, but it's not Valema who greets you. You have 5 minutes, Grifter. Then we trigger the attack protocols.
Mesokyo.
Valema wants me here, I assure you. I have sensitive information I know he'll want to see. And 2 pistols. Witnesses have seen you talking with leading members of the Rise. We know what's happening in the bread fields. It's only a matter of time before the Rise start to deal in assassins. I have to convince her I'm telling her the truth. Okay, which seems doable. She only got 23 resolve. Somebody to vouch for me. Okay, so this is the Admiralty card that I've started in my hand. Play it to gain 1 permit. Whenever this argument takes any damage, deal that much damage to a random enemy argument. Okay. I'm trying to put damage on Voice of the People. I'd rather they didn't, so... however, there's nothing that gives me... Take that. Let's play that. Ooh, do I want to do that? Okay, that's prepared, so that will deal extra damage. 6, lovely. Doesn't matter because I've got no actions left anyway. Does destroy that, which is a shame, and she's still on a card. I guess that's all of the Spark Barons always do that, I think, maybe. Okay, and that thing is back. Okay, let's move forward composure on there. Let's gamble. Same again. 2 cards. Hits all enemy arguments. Nice. Oh, except I now am vulnerable. But that's okay because this has enough composure to protect it against the damage, so that actually worked out fine. Okay, still on that card now. And flip Straw Man. Okay, really wants to take down this argument. Okay, I can let her take. Whenever this argument takes damage, deal that much damage to a random enemy argument. Why would she attack that at all, I wonder? Okay, don't know. I think I'm just gonna go for max damage. We'll do a gamble. Okay. increase my stacks of vulnerability there. I think it might have done. Okay, that's okay. She's almost down.
Tosaka.
Okay, and 3 cards can be upgraded. Increase the damage to 1 to 6. Yeah, I'll take that because I've often got these cards operating at maximum damage, so that is good. Set the coin and then expend. Prepare a card. Prepare a card would be useful, I think. Okay, I'll take a destroy one. I get a new negotiation card anyway. Cool, this looks nice, but it's 2. Prepare a card. If this card is prepared, though, it costs 0. Okay, alright, will I? I have to gamble before that one, so that could end up doing nothing. So, yeah, I'm going to take that one.
Show up, Elka.
I came here of my own free will to offer assistance. Will you at least hear me out?
Shotipoa.
I suppose so. Remember, though, that you're surrounded by armed barons, and it will be my decision whether you ultimately may speak with Falema.
Don't that share.
Then I look forward to convincing you of my good intentions.
Mosakia.
Simply wish to help my old friend Falema with his rise problem.
Tiotel pa.
As you should know, I'm an experienced agent. I can infiltrate, assimilate, and sabotage with precision.
Ako-san?
This is supposed to make me trust you?
Kodepa.
I do have one way to test your loyalties, perhaps.
Patu sopan.
I'm all ears.
Ian Kiako.
Automex are cheap to use once they're built, but they are damned expensive to build.
Asisa na.
Each one has to be meticulously pieced together from salvaged tech from the bog, and then programmed to follow commands.
Batat cell.
The techs in the field tell me that they've got a plan to make that second part quicker and easier. They
Ekasia.
need someone with fighting expertise. Okay, Aaron needs you to teach a new enforcer how to fight. Okay, I can do that.
Asisa na.
The technician there will tell you what to do next.
Shanta.
Don't bother returning if you can't complete the job.
Mokupisu.
We'll give you a second chance.
Shatushio.
I understand you completely. Okay. Take possession of the automech. Okay. What is an automech? As you enter the automech factory, dozens of half-completed automechs turn their sensors towards you. Those things, I guess. A harried-looking administrator walks over to you.
Susetso.
This area is off limits. What are you doing here?
Tiona share.
Aaron sent me. Supposed to help train some automechs?
Kupiaki.
Oh. Oh, you're the guinea pig. I mean grifter.
Temetu.
About time you got here.
Yatopu.
So what do you need me to do?
Toa Poshua.
2 models ready for the proving ground out in the bog.
Kitama.
Just pick one and take them there. The technicians will show you what to do.
Totashe.
I don't know much about automechs. How am I supposed to train one?
Peshenko.
It's easier than you'd expect.
Shakos Hall.
When you get to the proving ground, our technician will turn on learning mode.
Kupiaki.
Then you just have to show it how to fight.
Toa Poshua.
You learn by example.
Tipatua.
So I need to fight it?
Pokopeta.
No, of course not.
Shakos Hall.
That would teach you how to take a beating, which is the opposite of what we want.
Shukilsu.
You'll be fighting against some training dummies.
Kepalshe.
It'll watch and hopefully learn.
Salsito.
What if the automech doesn't catch on?
Peshenko.
Yeah, it takes a couple of sessions sometimes.
Temetu.
So long as the field technician's happy with your effort, you'll get paid.
Shuten
Tell me
Shisa.
about ENF 301A.
Kitama.
That's a pretty standard model. We just assembled it.
Pushako.
I don't foresee any issues with that one. Should be straightforward.
Atashu.
What's the story with the NF302B?
Kitama.
That one has been to the proving ground like 3 times now, and each time it actually got worse at fighting.
Shankinapa.
I dialed its violence inhibitors way back. It might work, or it might go amok, or just shut down again.
Kupiaki.
Honestly, I'd be grateful to get it out of my hands. If it comes back again, we're going to have to bust it down for scrap. Okay, well, if you would like me if I take that one, then I will take that one.
Tuatonte.
I'll take this one.
Shapia Show.
Really? You're looking for a challenge, eh?
Monitosa.
I have to thank you. This thing has been a pain in my side for months.
Quintulpe.
I'll set it to follow you to the proving grounds.
Tukoashe.
Try to be discreet. It won't be any use to you in a fight. Follow mode on. The automech locks sensors on you and starts to follow. Okay, let's go train it. Proving ground. Oh. Rise, step out of the bushes, brandishing weapons. Hey, but I'm on your side, guys.
Ancesonetia.
Tell that thing to stop walking.
Sukuse.
I have a proposition for you, Grifter.
Tetimasie.
You're taking the automech to the Baron Proving Ground, are you not?
Susatekel.
Let me make a couple of adjustments to it first.
Galina Takol.
Or you could try to stop us, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Kakiete.
What kind of modifications are you proposing?
Keshes Holme.
Nothing visible from the outside, just a little something to clarify its allegiances.
Vacantity.
Shouldn't affect you unless you stand between it and a Spark Baron. Sure, I'm working for you Rise guys anyway, so go for it.
Shekiapuna.
Do it.
Papiako.
Good choice. Kurgian opens an access panel on the back of Unary and tinkers with the internals for what feels like an eternity.
Tolsias Hus.
There, it's done. Now just keep your mouth shut about it, we'll have no problems. Kurgian signals to his companions and they melt back into the bog. Internal modification detected.
Shutsona.
Let's keep that between the two of us. Uh-oh. No, he doesn't reveal that at an inopportune time. You find the proving ground. Automech parts litter the ground around a technician who's adjusting some equipment. Some demoralised Rise members mill about in a makeshift jail guarded by a couple barons. Technician looks up as you approach.
Talesia?
You brought me a new mech? Loop detected.
Temosi.
Oh no, not this one again.
Siona Penta?
Told those pendulum pushers back at the factory that this one's untrainable. Why do they keep wasting my time?
Mepakoa.
Let's get it over with, I guess.
Shilmiso?
See those Rise over there? I'm going to release them, and you're going to fight them.
Petoshake.
The automech will observe, and if you do your job right, it will learn a thing or two.
Tihume?
You ready?
Capiel.
Wait, you want me to attack unarmed captives?
Kepakipu.
No, of course not. I'm going
Pekosuna.
to give them their weapons back first.
Shushape.
Has to be a fight, not a massacre, or the automech won't learn anything. Oh dear. So if I fight them, Wade will dislike me, probably because he's the guy I'm going to fight, or refuse to participate. But then Shrew will dislike me, and that kind of blows my cover that I'm trying to establish. So let's do this, and hopefully the modification that was made to the automech will help us out here. Job's a job, I suppose.
Timanapo.
That's the spirit.
Mepakoa.
Alright, you Rise scum. You can get through this grifter, you can go free. Shrew retreats behind a blast shield and presses a button. The bars of the prisoner's box recede, releasing the Rise prisoners. They grab their weapons and charge at you.
Shamihuna.
Kill the grifter! Okay, but I don't want to kill you. Okay, this has my back. I really want to just make him panic and surrender, which would be fine. So 2 bonus damage per empty cell, but in a pretty good way because we got that extra empty cell. So let's do that. Let's put some defense. Yeah, it's going to burn out otherwise. So put some defense on this. And then do that. What is this? When destroyed, deal 14 damage to all fighters in the same team. Gain stacks every turn. Disappear in 5 turns. Probably just as well doing 20 damage to him. Cost 2. Okay, let's focus on him. Okay, I'm gonna try and get him to surrender over to the one. Okay. So we just need to cause 8 damage. Okay, I accept your surrender. Still 2 resolve, nice. Get a battle card. Spend up to 3 overcharge. Attack once per extra overcharge. So overcharge is the thing that you get when your charge meter fully fills up, and I haven't really been focusing on that. So I might take that. Fight is over. You turn to Unary as it processes the result. Training complete. Wow, you really taught this rust bucket how to fight. Target acquired. Huh? What? Unary powers up its weapons and opens fire on the barons. So, defend the barons. Help it. Or watch the fight. So, this thing has a reputation for being unpredictable anyway, so I feel like I could safely watch the fight, and then whoever wins, wins. If he wins, then the Rise will be happy with me, and I can just tell the Spark Barons, well, he went crazy. I mean, he did that, right? And if the Spark Baron wins, well, I tell the Rise there's nothing that I could have done about it. Yeah, so watching the fight seems like the best thing to do. You watch as the Automech tears into the Barons. Doesn't take long for the Barons to all die. Okay, how's that gonna go down? Let's see. Hello again.
Capisce.
It was a terrible accident at the proving grounds. Everyone is dead. It happens. Lock the factory supervisor's play for the cleanup. What else are we gonna do? Stop using the automechs? Ha! Here's your pay. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Aaron likes me. The Rise like me. And I get a graft reward. Okay. So battle graft would be good. Start with 2 power at the start of each battle. Lose 2 power the first time you take enemy damage. Start a battle, take 3 concentration. Halve it when I take damage. Okay, let's take that one then. I guess you did this job as well as could be expected. Very well, Falemo will see you. Flamer enters the room and Aaron steps to the side with a head bowed in deference, eyes still cunningly locked on yours.
Chepocana.
So,
Canacosia.
I don't see you in years, Rook, and you show up at my door with enemy ties, expecting a warm welcome.
Decosu.
I'm ever the optimist, I suppose. It's good to see you, old friend.
Pushudad.
Can it?
Tulpeco.
Everyone out. I need a moment alone with this slippery eel. The room empties, but Aaron mouths threats at you as she goes.
Samoki.
Well, within seconds, Falemo melts into the relaxed stance you remember. He reaches under a desk for 2 polished glasses and passes you a drink poured from his hip flask.
Sushuaki.
It went just as you suspected. Calandra has asked me to infiltrate the Barons. Oh my god, I'm a triple agent. So, the Barons asked me to infiltrate Calandra. Calandra's now asked me to infiltrate the Barons. I guess that would make me a double agent. Unless I'm actually really am going to be working for Calandra. In which case I'm going to be a triple agent. Oh my goodness.
Salsito.
Apparently you took something she wants back. Ah, yes. I knew that would be the ice pick in her temple. She doesn't suspect your true allegiances.
Capiel.
Not as far as I can tell. What next? You'll do as she anticipates. Come see me every day and check in with her as she requires. Once you have her trust, I'll tell you the next step. You have to forgive the ruse, of course, as I continue to distrust you in front of my underlings.
Detusha.
Naturally. All the same, it's good to see you again. You found a place to lay your head?
Hatashu.
Some bar called The Last Stand. You've heard of it? It'll do. Now sod off, Grifter. We'll have more work for you tomorrow. One last swig of his drink, Falemo leaves you alone to your scheming. Ha. I was not expecting that. Maybe I should have been. Victorini. Ooh, Spark Baron equipment. What do you have? Battle cards. Skimmer. Apply 3 mark to a random target. Expend and destroy after 3 uses. Apply targeted. All NPCs will prioritize whoever I target. While this is in your hand, gain 1 temporary power whenever you draw a card. Targeted might be useful. But how useful? Go on, I'll try it. And Aaron is not interested in talking to me. Okay. So, we're still on day 1. Get a spark grenade, limited time opportunity. My friend Posco has a gift for me. Okay. Or Ronno is looking to hire a guide for an expedition into the bog. Oh, interesting. Usually these things are kind of obviously some benefit. But given the bog has exciting tech, I'm going to take this. You find a lone Jake poring over a crudely drawn map. You there? You looking for the opportunity of a lifetime? Always. What are you offering?
La tia
The
coma.
bog. It holds riches, I'm sure of it.
Pakiashu.
In my limited experience, the bog holds mostly danger, slime, and a quick death.
Santa
But
Mosa.
also, riches. My
Patsuka.
research proves it.
Tesien Pov.
Just need a quick bit of protection to help me avoid the quick death part.
Pemesho.
You follow me as I follow this map, and I'll share the spoils.
La Popa.
You in? Tell me about this research.
Poansa.
Why? So you can steal it?
Shalpasuta.
No way. Oh dear. Go on, let's go.
Shutenshisa. Tuatonte.
Malkiwana. Saltatun.
You might have to kill an urchin or 10, but other than that, this will be the easiest money you've ever earned. Okay. Rono leads you through the bog. The terrain gets rougher the further you get from the road, and you eventually come to a rocky outcrop. Each step sinks deeper in the bog. That's all you can do to keep walking forward. Oh no. Wait,
Kahipana.
did you hear that?
Dikwasu.
What is it?
Shampusha.
It's...
Tapotasua.
Let's keep going. Oh god. Am I actually going to get anything good, or is this just all going to be bad cards? Let's keep going. You follow, surrounded by bog on all sides. You press on, the bog presses in. Your nose experiences things that language cannot yet describe.
Sodete.
I hear it again.
Dekosu.
Are you sure it's not set upon by the local fauna? Okay, fine. We can take him.
Janatabu.
I am confident there's 3 of us. Okay. Metallic, immune to bleed and wound. Piercing attacks do double damage. They seem very low health. Is there some reason why we should be worried by these? That was deceptively easy. A rusty power core. 2 rusty power cores and a battle card. Okay. Spend a charge, gain 2 actions. Okay, let's take that one.
Tutukotia.
Wow, what a hairball.
Shishopama.
Nothing in my notes about that.
Kuna shoke.
Carry on. Find a strange structure. Ooh,
Tapotasua.
we found it. Heart of
Shalpasuta.
the bog.
Tipatua.
Where's the money part of it?
Pupotopa.
Requires sacrifice first.
Sokotipia.
Quickly, lay down on that platform.
Supikina.
I'll plunge my knife through your heart, and then your spirit will join with the bog and unlock its secrets.
Kakiete.
Excuse me?
Somakaso.
Don't worry, it won't hurt. You'll be reborn in the spirit of the bog.
Shutsona.
Yeah, your plan is insane.
Notashe.
I'm gonna try and be nice and not kill you.
Miyasu Holsena.
Okay. Let's put 4 composure on there.
Tunasosa.
No relic targets. Oh, do I have to apply that to somebody that's targeting me? Okay. Okay, let's flip our coin.
Kuotapo.
Okay, good. So that costs 0 now.
Chasatushu. Shotesho. Watiamapo.
Senin Pekir.
Okay, intents are hidden. Let's see whether we can get away without worrying about it.
Gautier.
Choose a card to prepare that one. Wait, the next... Rig means the next 2 flips.
Gatasso. Yakobuna.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Okay, can upgrade Call It, gamble twice, or set the coin. Set the coin feels good. Spend 1 influence, this card gets 3 damage until the end of the negotiation. I don't know if I have anything that gains influence, or did I take that one card that gave me influence? I'm not sure. Let's take another copy of that.
Ganatico.
Fine, I get it. The body's not cut out for everyone.
Shampusha.
Now I know where the heart is, I can come back with someone with a more open mind.
Sodete.
Take these shills and leave. Oh, I was hoping I would get some cool tech. But I guess. Dead drop. Leave a report of my groundbog activities in the dead drop location. Sure. Oh. This pulls me aside.
Mititona.
It's been a blast, but I have to get going now. Be seeing you. Oh. Okay, well, you were a help. You arrive at the dead drop. It's much like all the others around Havaria, empty but full of anticipation. Jot down a few notes about the rise and the spark barons and shove the wax envelope into the sealed canister. Am I working for somebody else? The rise think I'm working for them, the spark barons think I'm working for them, but actually, yeah, I'm working for someone else. If you were any less experienced, you wouldn't notice the sudden silence as someone approaches behind you.
Pakiashu.
You're well out of the shallows, Hessian.
Capiasha.
If you're looking for the cult's secrets, I'm retired. I don't trade in those anymore.
Cecilpe.
No, secrets are the only things that the heretics here accept as currency.
Gionashe.
Is that why you followed me here? It has nothing to do with you, Aeonway.
Sapoisho.
Remember the old times? Our memories are all our masters let us keep for ourselves. You say the words, but you know Aeonway too well to hold any real hope that she'd neglect her duty. Ooh. Looks like a serious battle. Okay, let's intimidate her. Feels doable. There was a time when we could find common ground even in the darkest days. When destroyed gives her 1 impatience, which increases the damage of her intents and arguments, which is bad. Aeonway will obtain effect when you enter battle. Next attack on this fighter does double damage and removes 1 defect. Okay, slightly confused by that.
Onkate.
Focus on here. Gamble.
Papiera.
Okay, that didn't pay off, but doesn't matter.
Takosyo.
Oh,
Supikina.
shit, I think a card changed to 0 cost. I need to slow down. I don't miss that. Okay, when the settlement is destroyed, deal 3 damage to my core argument and spawn 2 new ones. So I want to stop that from happening. Let's put that on there.
Mesukyo. So can I share? Je te show. Una sauce.
Set one flustered. Okay.
Attention pas. CNPC. CNPC.
Okay. Upgrade this. Let's set the coin. Discard a card, gain dominance equal to its cost. Gamble, deal 3. Okay. I'm going to take that one now because I've got that rig card, which could help with that.
Topenamu.
I seem to remember the time you let a heretic slip through your fingers with a holy relic.
Show Tosa.
Who helped you then, old friend? Your god or me?
Shampusha.
You're only dragging out the inevitable. I wish you wouldn't. Okay, so presumably I have weakened her by doing the negotiation first. First strike and a bonus action, which I think I didn't have before. So yeah, so I'm not really sure who Aeonway is, other than maybe this is who. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she's suddenly shown up.
What you fait?
This looks like the final end of day battle. Okay, we got 5 damage incoming. So that will burn out if I don't use it, so let's use it. 8 damage, nice. Okay, that was pretty good. Draw and lose 1 action. That's nasty. Okay. Spend 1 charge. Deal 8 damage back to the enemy when hit. Okay, that's actually helping me. I'm gonna do that. Which increases the damage of that and gives me some more defense as well. So I should gain 4 defense, yes. Yes. This thing is actually pretty good. Ooh, what is that? Loot cluster. Grants jammed blaster 74 shells after the fight if killed. Interesting. It's only going to stick around for 2 turns. And that thing is doing 8 damage to it. Okay, so it will die. That's great. Let's get some defense on me. like we used to be friends, so yes. Okay, completed BA Onway, so I got 2 perk points for that, which is good. Money, the battle card from destroying that loot thing. Make a negotiation card. Okay, that one maybe. Battle card. Whenever you attack an enemy has that burn, gain 2 defense, but I got nothing that gains burn. Apply ricochet equal to damage dealt by this card. Target all enemies, 2 defense per target. Let's do ricochet, a bit cheaper. Those 2 cost cards seem quite expensive. Come now, old friend, surely this has gone on long enough.
Sutukotia.
If I walk away now, it's Taheshi's judgment.
Ganatiko.
Surely you know that's worse than whatever fate you could deal me. Oh dear. How did you find me?
Pardon.
Tell me, how did you know I was here?
Kyohake.
You were only a shadow on the Rentorian side of the border. Once you came back, you were followed by paperwork.
Sokotipia.
Shame that the Admiralty cut you loose after all you did for them.
Shekepuna.
So it goes.
Sodete.
Took a while to figure out who you were. Took a while to figure out who you were working for now, but once I did,
Pyokyopa.
well, they sure like to get their reports, don't they? Or does that mean I am actually still working for the Admiralty? Finish her off or let her go? I feel like I should let her go.
Shekepuna.
I suppose so, but at least that will be of your own making.
Sia Sholpa.
May you keep to the shallows as much as you're able. Eonway disappears into the trees, dragged along by the will of her god. Okay. Hebel has a room ready for your time to recharge. Oh. Walking down the road, you come across a plant that you recognise from a book about the edible plants in the grout bog. The plant's leaves have fine markings on them, the flowers are an exuberant shade of red, and the small berries have a deep blue colour.
Detusha.
The leaves are supposed to be delicious.
Yatopu.
Or was it the berries?
Tuanasike.
Oh dear. You know what? I'm pretty healed up, so I'm going to leave without tasting the plant. I think I need to risk it. Oh dear, Wade. Hey, but I freed you though. Maybe I should buy Wade a drink. Wade cringes when you approach. Share a drink. I feel bad. I know this is... I mean, I guess I get rid of one person who dislikes me, but... which doesn't feel like that big a deal, but I don't know, I feel bad. I didn't really want to attack Wade, I kind of had to, so I'm going to do that.
Taki Pilshi.
I'm about to sleep anyway, actually, so that doesn't matter. So in fact, I could do it again. Wade would like me.
Diapopos.
Let's get drunk. And then I can make you love me. At the end of the turn, surrendered allies gain 10% of their maximum health. At the end of their turn, well, any boon is good. I don't want to spend 100 shills there. Surrendered allies gain 10% of their maximum health. It's not really been a big deal, but I like making people love me. So I'm going to do that.
Sushuaki.
Tokepun.
Make it up for you. Make it up to you for attacking you earlier on. Okay, let's go to bed.
Yatopu.
Tanti aqui.
Can't wake up the cockroaches.
Capisha.
Charming. Hebel shows you to your room. Your bed calls to you. Hit the pillow like a load of bricks. Okay, and that is the end of day 1 of Rook's campaign. So, that was quite successful. I got rid of all of those cards that I got from my drinking bout with Wade. 4 people love me, 3 people like me, nobody dislikes me, and nobody hates me. Ah, gained 5 grafts. That feels like a successful day. Calandra loves me. Affected by Charming, which was this perk that I chose, where somebody who likes me will love me at the beginning of the day. So now the first item card I play in battle is played twice. Okay. You wake up ready to further your intrigue here in Groutbog. Okay. So we are going to call it there. Hopefully this time the game will save my progress. I feel like as we were going through all of the story beats, we're finding out more about the different factions and what was going on, which was actually good. Actually, I enjoyed that. I thought I'd find the story kind of tedious to get through, and I've kind of been skipping through it in the games that I've played up until now. But I think, yeah, if you take the time to actually dive in more, ask about the different things, the different factions and motivations, you do get more of a picture of kind of what's going on in the world, which makes it more interesting to play. So I'm enjoying this. This is a cool story, apart from the Eonway showing up at the end, who I don't really know. I don't feel like I understood who she was or why she appeared. I don't know, maybe that's the point. It's a cool kind of like, I'm a spy, but who am I working for really? I don't know. And I guess that's what we'll find out as we go through this campaign. So that will do it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And until next time, this is BDA Limey signing out. Have a good one.